here in your office and to know more about you and your company. We need to know more about Mr. Omair, how we start the company and how his journey started.
Born in Pakistan, and then in the early parts of my childhood, we moved to the US. We moved to New Jersey. We mostly remained on the East Coast running with it. My education started in the US from kindergarten all the way to high school. You can say the journey began there. So as early as saying the 5th or 6th grade, I started trading. Within the school, I would start my business to sell to different kids, different things. So the family saw from a very early stage that there is something in this kid that he wants to, go into sales or in business in the future.
Yeah. So you have this thing starting in the 6th grade, you start doing.
Yes. So very early on, the family spotted something was going on. It wasn't the right thing to do at that time, but I felt that I need to do something. And so I would buy from one place and then start trading in school. And everyone was surprised that it was going on. But it began at that stage. And then later on, we moved to the UAE, where I completed my bachelor's degree in software engineering. And during that time, when I was doing my degree, I sort of figured out this is it for me. But since I had started it, I wanted to finish it off. And that's in 2005, that's when I completed my bachelor's from Dubai.
So you studied software engineering, but you are working now in real estate. It's a different path from studying engineering and working in real estate.
Yes.
So what's happened?
I think my journey and the freehold property journey of Dubai began at the same time. It was very interesting. Everyone was talking about this, that there's freehold properties coming to Dubai. There were a few projects launched at that time, not as we see it today. So we started off with, let's say, Emirates Living at GBR, and those were the top of the town that this is what's happening. My father, who was no longer with us, he was doing real estate at that time. And that sort of gave me inspiration that I should also pursue it. So I sort of convinced him that let me do this until I want to go into software later. But let me try to do this now and see how it goes. And the rest has been from that time till now. It's all been real estate.
So this thing happening in which year?
2005 onwards. So I've completed my degree and directly in that summer, and I started real estate.
Yeah. So in 2005, you know it. This is your path that you will work in real estate.
Yes. Well, I was not also 100% sure, but I wanted to give it a try before I went behind the computer and started programming for a very long time. Because I just found that not for me, that I can be in one place and just do the same work every day. For me, I like to meet new people, do the finding challenges, and real estate always was something that was interesting to me. How do you meet new people? How do you find new homes, new offices? The concept of it was very interesting to me. But I convinced my family that let me do this first, and then if it doesn't work out, I have my degree to fall back on and then pursue my career in software.
So as every journey, it's the beginning.
Yeah.
The hard thing, it's the beginning.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the beginning, how it started in 2005 from the person that he studied software engineering and he's starting working something, we know that you have told us about your father, that he already working in this path, but for you, it's a new thing in 2005, something that you didn't prepare yourself to work in this thing. So how it started in 2005?
Well, see, so whatever you study, it never goes to waste. So all your technology and software that I studied was always a part of my journey. that I can use it in my day-to-day or my business or the work that I'm doing. Because a lot of real estate also got a lot of support from information technology, whether it be software, whether it be web portals. So that helped me understand what was also happening on that side and what's happening behind the scene there. As you said about the start, it was not easy coming into a new field. You're young, you're asking people to invest millions when you're only 22, 23 years old, so that it's hard for them to trust you with their life saving, that does this kid know what he's doing? But there were some nice people along the way that I met and gave me a break. That they said, okay, we think you can do this. And then when the journey began, but it was not easy. It was not just that you started and then started closing deals. It took time. It took time to learn the project, because at that time it was not as regulated as it is today. And a lot of the information was not on the web. It was more word of mouth. And a lot of players also a lot of false information, a lot of true information. But you had to make your way through and with power through.
And then we hear with Mr. Omair, the founder of Blueworld.
Yes.
How it came, the idea that you will work in your own company, to establish the company and work in this company.
It was always a dream to have our own company, and we had a vision of what we wanted to do. So our co-founder, Mr. Walid, was also a very old friend of mine. We also always kept on discussing that we wanted to do this at some stage. But throughout the journey, I worked with some of the top companies in Dubai, as in different positions, whether it be sales, leasing, residential, commercial, industrial, which was very important before we decided to do our listings, that we gauge the markets, gather the experience, the clients that you need to open a company and succeed. So Blueworld came into place about 1.5, 2 years ago, first part of 2024, when we decided it's time that we wanted to have our own things. And we had a vision for commercial real estate and consultancies. We thought there is a gap in the market. We identified it and we executed.
Okay. But about the establish the company and starting the journey for Blueworld.
Yeah.
I think this challenging you have it during the establish the company and starting the working.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
Yes, definitely. It was a challenge. We were nervous because we had always worked for other people and never done our own thing. The challenge was there, the uncertainty was there, that would we be able to do it, what's going to happen. As you know, the overheads are also part of the business that everyone needs to take care of. When you start taking a company, it's just not that you can just have a vision and start it. So the thing was that we had a plan, we executed it, and alhamdulillah, we found a lot of success in a very short time.
So we are talking about success. Can you tell us about the moment of success that you had it during the journey? You can make highlight for the one he started in 2005, and Mr. Omair, the founder, he's sitting in his chair and his company that he established before 1 year. We need a highlight for the moments of success that you are keep it in your mind, keeping you and to push yourself daily to come and to work. We know the field of real estate is not easy field.
Yeah.
There is a big companies and there is a lot of investment in going in the market.
Yeah.
So the moments of success that you are keep it in your mind and it's pushing you day by day. Yeah. Can you tell us about it?
Well, there is no bigger motivation than money, So when you close some big deals, it really motivates you. It's a different high. You feel very good that you've done something, and you sort of feel that I've arrived and I've done something. So I still remember my first deal. It was a villa in Rajal ranches. We sold it. The transfer happened. The commission kicked in. It was a very high motivation. From there till now, we've had. I counted 4 clients that you work for. We closed deals for. But I think if you ask me, what I consider success is retaining clients. If a client that you met 2 years ago, maybe they didn't buy from you at that time, but when they come back to you after a year or 2 years, they call you back that we met you, we gave us professional service. We didn't buy at that time, but we're ready to buy now. That's a very good feeling as well. Well, I think it's better than, if I may say so, closing a deal. That you gave someone a service they didn't buy at that time, but they remembered you. And that's calling retaining a client. And I think that's what real estate is about. We can have the biggest deals, biggest commissions, but that's only once. If you're retaining a client, that's lifetime business wing.
Okay. So for Mr. Omair, there is a mental person. You told us يعني, in the beginning about your father, that
Yes.
he also worked in the real estate. For Mr. Omair, the one he started in 2005 and today here in 2025, who's the mental person that you are looking for him as a key person for your success and to be here today?
Yes. So as I said, my father was the first inspiration. He was he's a business person, first into tourism, and then later into real estate he got. And so I was always, and I think for most of the young boys, the father is the first source of inspiration that everyone feel. And after that, we worked for the top companies here. So I've met, I was very fortunate to work for companies, some valuation companies, found some amazing mentors there that we are still in touch with, and that are clients now. So it's about those relationships, and some of the top brokerages as well. We got to work with, we saw how they dealt with the challenges of the market. Because from 2005 till now, we've seen curves, we've seen the market go up, we've seen it go down. And in time of adversity, we saw how they performed and how they led the team, and you don't panic at that time, you know. And that's what that real test of character. So I was fortunate enough to work with some great leaders, and I'm very thankful to all my managers and in past to the owners that I worked for before.
What's your advice for the new generation that they are looking to work in the real estate field?
Well, like any other field, and I think that's something that blinds you, that the amount of money that's involved in real estate, it really stops you from considering this as a proper career. If you choose this as a career, have in mind that it might take you some time to close your first deal or second deal, or find your niche, find your ground where you need to be in this whole market and what you want to do. But you have to have your product knowledge before you meet anyone, because now everything is online and everything is on technology. And you might be meeting a client where you're pitching him a product and he knows more about it than you, because everything's online. He can go and check what the area's price per square foot is, when was the last transactions that happened. And if you don't know that information when you're meeting him, you're not going to get that client. So you need to be one step ahead. You constantly need to do your research of what's happening in the market. You have to align yourself with the vision of the government. Where is that going? Whether it be the 2030 or the vision of 2040, you need to know where the development is happening, why one should invest in a certain area, where they can get the best ROI, and where they can get capital appreciation. What's the business district like? Where are most of the offices happening? Where's the demand? Where's the supply coming? You have to know it. It's a career like any other field. If you are going to become, let's say, a doctor, a lawyer, or anything else, you have to do your studying before you can do that. And that's my advice to anyone getting into this, that take this as a career. It's a serious business. You're meeting multi-millionaires, if not billionaires, and they know their knowledge. They know how they have knowledge about the market. They know what they want to invest in. They will test you before they give you their money to invest. They will want to know whether you're good enough to be with their operations.
Okay, regarding the key words that you are establishing this company, what you are looking for the Blueworld, what you are looking in this company to be what in the future, what you are thinking about this company?
Sure. When we formed Blueworld, we found a gap, as I said before, as well, for commercial real estate and investment companies or private investors that want to get into the market. We saw that there are some top 5 companies that you can work with that will give you the level of service that we want to provide, but we want to provide it to an individual. Let's say if someone's looking to buy a ready building, let's say, and his budget is anywhere between 15, 20 million. We do the due diligence for him. We do the feasibility studies for him. And we made sure we give him a professional service, which he will not be able to get anywhere else. that was the vision of Blueworld, and we've been able to do that along with industrial assets, whether it's warehousing, it's the labor camps, staff accommodation, office floors, and retail. So we formed a company regarding around this model, and this is what we've been doing. We have been known in the market now for land acquisitions. The last transaction we did was for 105 billion for a land in Rajal. And the level of service that we provide, both client and the developer were happy with, because that's what you do to bridge the gap between them. And you negotiate a deal based on what A party wants from B party, right? So this is where we commit, and this is what Blueworld is about. We aren't looking to become an off-plan agency or a secondary. There's plenty of clever agencies out there, and they're doing a very good job. But what we want to be are the commercial experts of this region and local name that will inshallah grow into an international name.
Okay. And Mr. Omair, regarding the key things that you are doing, for example, first of all, you are looking for the locations. Then after the location, you are looking for the design for the building. Yes. These things, how you are doing these things?
Well, I think this comes from experience and then knowing the region. There might be, if you take a product from, let's say, Singapore or New York, you might think it's a very good product. But will it work in Dubai? That you can only tell with your experiences interacting with developers. We work with some of the top developers that are here sourcing land for them. So we know what kind of designs they want, what kind of locations they want, and we understand the mathematics of development as well. So we know if they buy a land at X price per square foot, then only will it be feasible for them to sell at X price per square foot. Knowing that mathematics doesn't happen overnight, you have to spend a lot of hours and go through a lot of times and failures as well. You might look at an opportunity and say this is perfect for your client or the seller, but they might not think so. So you have to think like them. And I think a lot of mistakes that real estate agents make is they are more focused on their commission. That, okay, this is good for the buyer and seller because it's good for us. You don't have to look at it like that's the last thing that's going to come if it happens, because we're in a success stream model. Only if you find success for the buyer and seller, you get paid. Otherwise, you don't get paid. So you need to find the right products for everyone, and it happens with experience.
So, Mr. Omair, we know for someone looking, they will see all the up, but we know it's up and down. How you are dealing with these things, that sometimes you are going up and sometimes you have to deal with that situation when you are down. How you are dealing with these things?
Well, it's a part of life. I think as business, everything, it's not about just success. We face failure as well. You might be working on a deal for 6 months, and at the end of the day, you find out it's not happening. It hurts. I won't say that it doesn't, but you have to learn to live with it and then move on. The sooner you move on, the sooner you're meeting the next client. That's the way I think about it. We did suck. We've had all been there when you work on something big and it doesn't happen. It takes some time before you can get back on the horse, as they say, and start riding again. But with the amounts of failures and successes, you sort of get used to it. So when you're going through it, you don't emotionally attach yourself with the outcome of it. You can only do your work. The outcome is not in your hands. So you have to know that you just need to give your best service, best possible service that you get, but the outcome is not in your hands. Some people do get disheartened. I know a lot of people that worked on big deals, and when they didn't happen, they decided to leave real estate. But I think that's the wrong approach. Maybe that's not happening. Something bigger is waiting around the corner for you. So it's just about getting back and keep rolling with the punches. And then when success comes as well, you cannot let it go to your head. You're only as good as your next deal, right? So you have to focus on the next deal done or not done. You have to move on to the next one. That's the only way they succeed in its business.
So for Mr. Omair, what's the final message and thoughts about this journey that you can tell the one who's listening and watching this interview?
Sure. Well, it's about having the right people. It's about having the right team. This is what we have at Blueworld Real Estate. It's not going to be easy journey, but if you have the right people by your side, they will assess. No one person can do everything. You need to identify the right people, the right teams, and then let them do their work. You cannot just stand on their head and micromanage. But for Blueworld and for all the entrepreneurs that want to get into having their own company, as I always wanted to do when I was working for other companies, I always wished that I had my own. But the right time will come. You will know. You will know when you have a set of clients, when you know that your product knowledge is good enough. You will master the art of sales, that you know that you can sell. And you know that you can, the market is good today, it might see a correction tomorrow. You need to be ready to deal with it, and you need to preempt it. That can only happen with years of experience, and you have to rely on yourself. You cannot base business on somebody else, and no one's going to make money for you. So you have to be a master of the art that you want to have a business of.
Okay, and your message with Umair for the UAE?
My message really would be just thanks in abundance for shaping, as I said, from that time to now, a big part of the journey. And the real estate market, I can say the pre-owned sector grew up with me. So I would just like to say thanks and to the vision and to the leadership for allowing us to be in this country and for its home.
And from us also to thank you for telling us this story about your success and about everything that you did during the journey since 2005 till the day to today, that you are the owner of Blueworld and you are going up and up. And thank you for this interview. We are extremely happy to see you and to read your story. Thank you, Ali.
It was a pleasure. Thank you to you and the team for coming down and giving us the opportunity to speak and tell our journey. And it's a really pleasant conversation. And I was nervous, but now I think, but yeah.